Hey guys, Clay from Swift Contractor Corner. Hey, I'm just going to make a quick video here on how to set up a way to track your fuel mileage and actually get your true fuel mileage tracking done. We're going to use an app and a website called Let's Truck and their Gauges application. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. I'm going to walk you how to set it up and put in your first few fuel fill-ups. I can't talk today, sorry. And then we'll get into some more detailed stuff as far as why this stuff's important and that sort of thing at a later time. I don't really have time to get it all done today, so we're just going to put in at least get you guys tracking your fuel mileage a little more frequently and to get you better numbers. These numbers are going to be important. So let's get into it. And on the next video, it'll be next week, we'll get into why this stuff is so important. But for now, go ahead and get yourself signed up and start tracking your fuel mileage, guys, so you have some real accurate numbers. Hey, so we're going to get into setting up an account with Let's Truck so you can track your fuel mileage. And this will give you some pretty accurate numbers on your fuel mileage. In fact, it's the most accurate that I know of for as far as a way for us to track this sort of stuff. So let me get that screen open and get it up on the big screen here. So you're going to go to letstruck.com/login. You'll see that right here. And you're going to need to sign up for a new account. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. So why not use this tool? And it's a great resource for you, honestly. All right, so we're going to hit sign up. Email address. We're going to put in test at Contractors Corner. Excuse me. Screwed that up. Swift Contractors Corner. The password in there. We're going to call this test truck. You can put whatever you want in there. Since I had multiple trucks at one time, I used to just put it in by truck number. We're going to say this is a 2007 Freightliner Century, since that's what I'm running right now. Test truck. Didn't like the name, apparently. Must be unique. So we're just going to call it we'll say T501153. How's that? It'll take that one. All right. So it took that. Let's get rid of this mess here. So we don't want their accounting software right now. That's a whole nother discussion and a little more complicated. It's a great deal and it's a good way to do your accounting, but all we're concerned about right now is tracking our fuel mileage. So we're just going to do we want to jump into fuel gauges. So here we go. Here's our basic layout for our first truck, right? So once you get in here, you're going to have nothing, right? There's a lot of stuff over here you can mess with and check it out. Don't worry about that right now. What we need to worry about is getting our truck set up and tracking our fuel. So okay, so let's do our first fuel up. So once you signed up and you've got your account and your truck set up, we're going to hit this little fuel up deal up here. On the app, it'll be different. I'll show you how to do that later. So let's set our odometer reading. This is going to be our first fuel up. So let's just say we're at 1.5 million miles. Let's say that fill it all the way to the top, which is a fill up, a full fuel up. We're going to say that it took 100 gallons to get us there. So we're going to put 100.000 because we need those decimals. We're going to say that it cost us 3.338 per gallon. Automatically populate the total cost. You can fill in the rest of the stuff, what kind of fuel, what your average cruise speed was, temperature, all these things you can fill in where you got it, what truck stop, etc. For right now, we're just going to put in a first fuel up. We're going to save that fuel up. So our first one shows up. It has no average, has nothing. It's just establishing our base. So again, we're doing this with a full fill up. So you want to fill your tanks to the very top. And when you fill up, each time you fill up, not a partial where you only put like 50 gallons in or something like that, but when you put a full fill up and fill it to the top, you want to fill it to the same spot on your tanks every time. That'll give you the most accurate numbers you can get. So, let's just say that, all right, we got that one done. And now we've moved on, we've driven, and we're getting ready to put in our next fuel up. So we're going to set our odometer reading now at say 1,501,000 miles. We're going to say that we took on 100 gallons to get there at the same cost of 3.338 per gallon. We're going to calculate our total cost, 338. Again, you can fill this up. This is a full fill up. We're filled it to the very top. So it's not a partial. So we want full fuel up selected. Again, you can put in the notes you want to put in. That's fine, whatever you want. We're going to hit save fuel up. And now it's going to give us an average on that tank. Holy, look at that. We got 10 miles per gallon. Man, that was something. I wish I could get 10 miles. Anyhow, so for that tank, we got 10 miles per gallon. Notice there's nothing down here. It's telling you how many gallons it took to get from here to here. And that's what the average mile per gallon was for that tank. So now we go along and we run another day and we got another fill up. So now we're going to say we're at 1,502,000 miles. Only this time, instead of 100 gallons, we took on 80 gallons. We're just going to use the same cost, which is today's average fuel cost, $267.04. And again, this is a full fill up. So we're going to put in the notes we want, and we're going to hit save. So, holy, look at that. It only took us 80 gallons, so now we're up to 12.5. So on that tank, we got 12.5. Now, granted, these numbers are insane, and my truck will never do any of these numbers. But, hey, we can dream. Since we're doing this fictitious, let's make it good. All right. So on that tank, we had an average mile per gallon of 12.5. The tank before, we had 11. The average between those two, or between these three fill-ups, is 11.11 miles per gallon. That's your average miles per gallon for the history you've been tracking. So, all right, let's say we're gone another day and we're throwing another fill-up in there. Only this time we're going to be at 1,500,000 and let's say 3,000 miles. Well, this time we've got a heavy load and we can't fill the tank, so we're just going to put in 50 gallons, just enough to get us by for the rest of this load. Again, we're going to put in the price, 3.338 per gallon, and give us our total cost. Well, this time we're going to put partial fuel up in here. Because we didn't fill the tanks all the way to the top, this is a partial. Again, you put in your information here that you want to save, hit save. So now when it pops up, it's showing partial. It's not going to give you an average because it doesn't actually know how full your tanks are. And until the next time you actually fill the tanks all the way up, you're not going to get a real number here. So let's say we ran that 50 gallons out and we're finally ready to fill up. So our odometer is now going to be 1,500,000 and let's say, okay, let's say 4. Make this easy. I shouldn't have to think about this. Only this time it took us 90 gallons to top it off. Price per gallon, 3.338 still, just because, it's this fantasy world, $300.42. This is a full fuel up, so we're going to make sure that one is selected. And now when you hit this button, it's going to calculate what your average fuel mileage was from from here to here. So this partial is calculated in there. And now it says, oh my God, we got 14.29 miles per gallon. And our now running average is 12.5. So the beauty of this is you can see your individual tanks, and be able to make notes and say, okay, this is a heavy load, this is bad terrain, weather was weird, wind was blowing right at me, whatever. And you can see what's causing the differences. But over time, you're going to start seeing the 60, 90, 30, 60, and 90-day averages. And if your 90-day average, let's say your 90-day average is 10.0, and your 60-day average is now 9.0, and your 30-day average is 8.0. Now, these are drastic numbers, of course, but you see that gradual or that extreme drop there, you're going to know that there's something wrong. If you haven't been pulling something crazy over that time period that should be, decreasing your fuel mileage, then that's going to tell you that there's something going on with your truck and you need to look at it. It could be overhead, fuel filter, air filter, any number of things could be causing that drastic drop. Now, if you see your 90-day as 10, your 60-day is 10.1, your 30-day is 10.2, that's trending in an upwards direction. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it and keep trying to do more. Keep those numbers going up and up and up. And that's going to show you that you're making progress in the right direction. Anyhow, that's the basics of using gauges here, fuel gauges in Let's Truck. Showed you how to sign up for it and how to start filling these up. You remember your first one, you're not going to get a reading on, and you need to fill the tank to the top on your first one. And then you're not going to get numbers until you fill the tank again. So if you have a partial, make sure you mark it partial. If it's a full fill up, then by all means click full fill up. And this is going to give you a running tally of what's going on. So, all right, I'm going to pause this here for a minute, and I'm going to pull up an app on the phone and let you see how it looks there. Okay, so in the app, if you don't already have it, if you haven't looked on your Play Store or wherever you get your Apple stuff from, look up Let's Truck, download the app, and install it. Once you got it installed, you should be able to log into it. So log in. Oh, it's the wrong one. We're going to put in test at Swift. Contractor. So you can see this little display there. So it's showing our lifetime, our 90-day, our 60-day, and 30-day. These numbers aren't going to vary much because it's brand new. We don't have 90 days of history. Anyhow, so the next time now that you're in the app and you're out on the road and you want to add one here, hit the little plus sign at the top. You're going to hit fuel up. You're going to enter in your odometer reading, just like you would anywhere else. So I think we're up to 504,000. Fuel, let's say we put another 100 gallons. The price per gallon is 3.338. See, put our price in. Excuse me. And we're on full fill up. We're going to hit save. Oh, apparently I did something wrong here. Let's hit save anyhow, because I think, yeah, I'm in the wrong account. So, it's showing the wrong truck here. Let me kill this real quick. Showing history from the wrong truck. Alright, anyhow, so here we go. So now we're back in here. Now let's try and hit save. Alright, saying we need to later. Let's do it that way. Now we can hit save. And look at that. We're back up to 10 miles per gallon. now if we look at our history, now our average has gone to 11.90. And anyhow, that's how you use the app. Like I said, just hit the little plus, hit fuel up, put in your current odometer reading, how many gallons you put in, the price per gallon, and it'll calculate the total cost for you. Again, if it's a full fill up, make sure it's full. If it's a partial, put in partial. That's really important, because if you put in a partial and mark it as full, it's going to show some crazy high fuel mileage, and you don't want that. You want real numbers. Anyhow, there you go. That's all there is on the Let's Truck app. It's free, don't forget. And it'll give you accurate readings as long as you put in accurate numbers. Okay, guys, there you go. Now you know how to set up your Let's Truck Gauges app, how to record your first few fuel ups, and this is going to start getting you tracking some real fuel mileage numbers, and not the randomness and the many different ways that people think they're tracking fuel mileage and not actually getting a real accurate reading. So this is going to help you in your business down the road, and we will get into some more detailed stuff later on, like we said before. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and it helps us. It's going to help us grow the channel and reach more people and do bigger and better things for you. So we'll see you next time here on Swift Contractors Corner.